Now, you may have seen some of the incredible pictures of thousands of bikers coming together at the weekend in memory of Dave Myers, one of the hairy bikers. He died in February from cancer. Well, he lived with his wife Lily near Burton-upon-Trent. The ride, called Dave Day, was organised by a friend of Dave's from Birmingham, Jason Woodcock, known as Woody. What started as a small ride gathered momentum rapidly. I've been speaking to Woody, Lily and Dave's great friend and fellow hairy biker, Si King. And Woody told me he was stunned at the turnout.
Just mind blown. I think we did a poll on the Facebook page asking people to show where they were joining, and that showed about 5,000 bikes or people saying they were joining here and here. I thought, great. And we got to the Ace Cafe in the morning where it says about 500. I knew it wasn't going to be accurate because not everybody fills me in. But we got there expecting 500 bikes, and 2,500 bikes were sitting there, and it was like, oh my goodness. And if this is what the day's going to start like, then God knows what we're waiting. And sure enough, it just continued like that for the whole day. It was just incredible. What
an amazing response. And en route as well. I mean, it wasn't just those that were taking part, but the response you had en route.
The amount of people, I mean, me and Si, we were literally 20 minutes in, and we came to the first motorway bridge, and they had people on it. We thought, oh my goodness, you know, every single accessible public bridge from London to Barrow had people on it. Sometimes 8, 10 deep, looking at some of the footage that's come out now. Banners, waving flags, cheering. And then we picked Lily up at Knutsford. And just the further north we got and the closer we got, it just got busier and busier. People, even at the edges of the motorways, on the grass verges, because they couldn't fit on the bridges to wave us past. And, you know, in 35 years of riding a bike and doing lots of different rally type things, I've never seen that sort of reaction from the public supporting any ride, and it was just phenomenal. Absolutely very emotional.
It must be incredibly moving for you, Lily.
Oh my God, it was amazing. I felt the love after their passing, because so many people have sent messages, and there was so much outpour of love and support, and I knew that people wanted to do something to express and to pay a tribute, and that's how the idea came. It was just a talk between the two of us at the beginning, and then people joined in and helped join in, and it just grew. And this event grew legs every day. It just became bigger and bigger and bigger and more wonderful. Yeah.
And of course, a really big part of this was Dave's lifelong friend, buddy and fellow hairy biker, Si King. I'm delighted to say that he joins us now. Si, this looks absolutely mind-blowing at the weekend. What were your thoughts when you saw so many people?
Do you know, it was completely overwhelming. It was, I think Lily and Woody have touched on it very well, in the sense that the level of love and affection and just wanting, there was a general consensus, an atmosphere that they just wanted to be part of it. And everybody, as Woody was saying, as we were riding from London, every overbridge, it was wonderful. I mean, there was even at one point somebody had parked a green goddess, you know, the old green goddess fire engines, and they were sat on top of that. I mean, it was just, it was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing. Wonderful, wonderful tribute to a wonderful man. I mean, it was a phenomenal day. And I mean, we may repeat it, but that's a conversation for another time. But it was remarkable, so humbling, and so the atmosphere of love and affection was. I've never experienced anything like it, and as you well know, it's not often I'm short for words, but on that day, I absolutely was. The last 50 miles, I simply couldn't see because it was just crying. It was just. I'm glad I had my shades on.
It was the dust, mate. It was the dust.
Oh, that was right, Woody. Yeah, sorry.
And it just also is an illustration of two things, I suppose, Si. The huge love and affection that people have for Dave, but the generosity of people too.
Oh, the generosity of spirit and was remarkable, and wanting to show as a community of motorcyclists and people that loved food and loved the bikers, just that expression of, you know, we'll love you, we're gonna miss Dave. It was all of that.
And that's so important, isn't it, Lily? You know, that celebration of Dave's life. He clearly touched so many people, but also a fundraiser. My goodness, you've raised some money, haven't you?
Oh my God, yes. At this point, there's £80,000 in the GoFundMe account. Yeah, look at him.
And that's come as a surprise to you then, obviously, Si.
Yeah, well, the last time I looked, it was like 61. I can't, but really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
80,000, yeah.
Oh, well done, Woody. Well done, Lil. That is.
And we still have lots to come.
Yeah. That's without the bike. That's without the bike, mate.
Wow.
We had this very beautiful lady who donated her late husband's motorbike for auction for charity.
My goodness.
And it raised £11,000. And that's not included in that figure.
There's so much more that we could talk about, but it also, we just, on a practical level, the organisation that's gone into this, because you had, what, 8 weeks?
8 weeks, yeah.
That's
8 weeks.
extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah.
And along public roads.
Yeah, along public road. And it's,
Obviously.
you know, I was obviously doing a fair chunk of it, but there's lots of people that stepped up to help, particularly in Barrow for that side of it. The bike side of it, I sort of managed, but without the police and all the police forces involved on the route and the highways agency, it wouldn't have happened. So I'd like to personally thank those two establishments, because people, if you work with them, it's amazing what they can pull off. And I think because it was for Dave, you could feel that through them as well.
Well, it's a tremendous effort, and the images from that, I'm sure, will live long in your memories. Thank you so much, all three of you, Woody, Lily, and of course, Si. Really good to speak to you, and all the very best to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, it was a real joy to speak to the three of them this afternoon. An amazing amount raised for both Childline and for cancer research as well, and it's still growing.